Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Nick. I'm not really. Welcome to Simple Planes, the game where you build a plane simply. Let's get started! So, all I'm going to do today is to show you this game in its very basic forms. I am terrible at it. I have attempted, as I'm going to show you. This is not mine. This is a preset one, so don't be alarmed and think that I'm amazing. But what I want to show you is that I've done quite a lot of things, and they've all failed pretty bad. So today I'd like to try and actually make a plane that flies and works. And I don't think it's going to go well, because it never fucking does. So what we need is a new aircraft. Yes, thank you, please. So this game is it's a basic little sort of block builder. Also, it has more than just blocks. It's like Kerbal Space Program meets Minecraft meets not Minecraft. I mean, it's got blocks. That's about it. Lots of things have blocks. It's like Lego. It's like Technic Lego. Technic, yeah, that's what it's called. So you see, I can just select a block, drag it over, or I can right-click, hold it, and it'll make another one. It'll paste it. There's got a lot of issues with making stuff, and like it glues itself together, and you need I've got a thing on my screen that I'm wiping off. Yeah, what was I saying? It's got a lot of sort of problems, I guess, and I'm not gonna say that it really hinders the gameplay at all. It just kind of makes things awkward, and it just means you have to play around for more and play more time. Yeah, put more time into the game and you're playing, and that rhymed. So anyway, what I've done is something I didn't intend to do, but I guess I'm going to just use what I've done. So I'm going to just extend this bit. I'm going to go to something else called cockpits, because you need this cockpit. I'm going to show you how this works. This one, if you press on the cog on any item, it'll bring up an extra menu, if it has one, not blocks. Blocks don't really have extra menus. So this is primary. Okay, and I can't change that because there is only one cockpit in play right now on the screen. There is only one. So I need to get, say, another one. Let's get like a historic. Let's make a weird oldie plane look sort of steampunky. And it'll look cool, I think. So what am I doing? This now I can set as the primary. And then this I can actually delete, because before I couldn't delete it. I should have showed you that you couldn't delete it, but you believe me, right? So, let's say we've got the old-timey cockpit. Maybe we should put another one in backwards, because that would look crazy. That looks something like Hydra-ish, which is weird. I didn't intend to do that, but it's cool. Whoops. You'll do a lot of that. You'll drag blocks away, and then you'll end up breaking the whole thing, and you'll scream, and you'll really not know what to do with yourself. But it's fine. It's fine. So anyway, what we need, I'm going to take these blocks off the side and sort of, I'll show you what else you can use to build with instead of blocks. As it is a plane building thing, you can go to structural and you can get an actual circular fuselage block, and it's just like that. And you can also press cog on this and change its shape and size and stuff. So we're gonna just experiment and play around, because I have no idea what I'm actually planning to do. So I'm just gonna increase the length to save copying and pasting and shit. Oh, I'm doing stuff that I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, let's just make it crazy as well. This part. Height? Yeah, that's some crazy shit. And then corner style curved, hard. Ooh, square. Let's keep it. No, not that part. No, not that part. Yeah, let's do that part. And we'll go to this side and we'll make this sort of curved back again. Okay, done. Right, and you can also put fuel in these things, because you need fuel to fly. Otherwise you will run out of fuel, and that sucks. And I don't understand what dead weight is. Maybe someone can explain that to me. Maybe it's just you can increase the weight to help with the that, which is the center of mass, center of lift, center of thrust. So I don't know where the blue one is. Guess it's inside somewhere. It's right inside here. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. You press spacebar to do that quickly instead of going into the menu. Now I don't really understand. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just put these blocks back. I know I just took them away, but that's fine. Maybe, yeah. Yeah? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Can we stick... see, the problem with it is some blocks don't actually meld together quite well, so rotating stuff is really a pain in the arse. There we go. But can that attach there? Can it? Wow, that looks crazy. Right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to experiment with the shapes and stuff, and then I'm going to come back to you guys. And then I'm going to show you what you can do, because I'm only going to build this half of the plane, and then I'm going to show you what you can do after that, okay? Okay, so what I've done is made the weirdest looking fucking thing in the world. I've put an ironing board on the front and a screwdriver on the back. No, these are just really strange shapes that I've come up with. I'm trying to use the idea of the fact that I know what I need to put on afterwards, and that's not just these structural parts, okay? I need to put on next, it doesn't really matter what I put on next. I need to put on other things like wings, so I will try and explain in the best way I possibly can. Wings. So you've got pylons. These help you to attach things to wings, so if you need to make like extra parts of the plane after a wing, say the wings between two parts, you know what I mean? And then this is the primary wing, and this is what we are going to use right now. I've lost it because I'm trying to rotate it. There we go. So we're going to stick one on there, and then what I'm going to do is click on this button, which is basically where the cog was, so it's the same thing. So you click on the cog. You can also just double click the wing and it will bring up this menu. And it might seem weird that the camera gets over there, but you will find it extremely useful, actually. So what I'm going to do is make a weird plane wing, because the rest of the plane is pretty weird. So I'm going to just keep with that theme and do the same thing. So maybe not that long. Maybe not that long. Okay. So now you've got the wing, and you can also see this dark part, which is the control surface. And you have to click this button, edit shape, over here, to make this bigger, which you will want to do to give you more control over your plane if it's big. If the wings are big, if the plane is big, make this bigger. It'll help, trust me. So that's a wing. That's a wing. And I also believe, before I show you what else you need to do with a wing, that you can put on, let's say, another structural wing right here. If I can rotate it properly. Excuse me. I'm getting all choked up because this is so exhilarating. I'm just kidding. I'm sick. That way? Is that the way I want it? No. I don't know. I'm confused. No. This way. That way. This way? That way. I don't fucking know what's going on. So I'm going to double click this. Make it that size. And then make this not like that. I'm not sure this is really going quite well, because it's attached to... Oh, there we go. Ah, there we go. That's what I want. I want some weird little things like that. Yeah, that's lovely. Right. So, back to the main wing. I'm going to click the control button, is what I would call it. Right. Control surface is the thing, is this flap is what it actually does when you press the key on the keyboard. So roll would be Q or E, which would help. I think that's Q or E. Yeah. And that would help me to turn sort of my plane in a rolling fashion, like roll over 180 degrees. And if I click on it, I can change it to pitch, which would be W or S, which is what I want for the main primary wings. W or S, pitch changing things. And you can invert it, of course. So if you're used to like pressing, say, S to lift off, say GTA or any other game that's got planes in. This one, however, does it itself. If you press W, it will make you go up because it will put it down. If you invert it, it's normal. So, that's fine for that wing, I think. So I'm gonna get to the testing stage and it's not gonna be fine. But that's okay. That's what testing's all about. So the next wing would be the vertical stabilizer, which is why I made this area back here for this little wing here. So this plane looks so fucking crazy. I'm gonna click this again. I'm gonna edit the shape to make it a bit more funky, I guess, and taller to get over this whole area. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. And we're gonna edit this shape as well. We're gonna make it a bit fatter. Give it more control over that direction, because I want it to be a nimble plane, as it's skinny and sort of, I don't know, weird. It's like a seagull or something. I'm sure you could add, yeah, you can add fuel, not very much, to the wings. Don't really need to, because I'm going to show you what else you can put in. Yaw, that means left and right. If you press S or D, I think it's S or D, I don't know, because my keys, I no longer know where A or D is, or S, or W, because they've all rubbed off my keyboard, because of extensive gaming. So, next is the other parts of the wings, the horizontal stabilizers. Yes, you do click on things and it will tell you what to do. You don't even need to watch this video, but please do. So we're going to get some of these. Well, I'm going to get one because I'm going to mirror my plane on the other side when I'm done. So yeah, let's just double click that. It's a quicker way to get to it, and I'm going to make it go backwards like that other wing, so it's you know, it's like Concorde sort of styly. But if you do want to edit the control surface, you will have to click that button over there. So we're going to make that longer. And drag that way. Yeah, thank you. And like that. So that's the pitch. I want this to be the roll. I've changed that to the roll now. So we have primary, horizontal, vertical. You can put extra wings, structural wings. I've never actually tested what these do. These are heavier apparently, and they don't have lift. They don't provide lift, but you can. But it kind of. Oh, it does. Sorry, I'm reading things completely wrong. I'm clearly dyslexic. It does provide lift, but you can't have control surfaces on it. So that just gives me a little bit of lift on there, apparently. So we're going to leave it. And now we're going to go back and have a look at propulsion, which is the main thing you need in a plane, I guess. I had an idea. I'm going to put jet engines on this. So jet engines are sort of long tube-like things, or big circle things like this. I don't think you can attach them to wings unless you put a pylon on. So maybe we should test that. I don't know if it would be a good idea to have that on the wing. The wing's very small and flimsy. But I'm basically going to show you these first. So let's just test and say put it there. No, wait, we'll put it here. I will end up moving it anyway. So for jet engines, what you would need ideally is these inlets. And I'm sure there was more, but I don't know where they've gone. So I'm just gonna, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put some inlets on here. And I'm not sure which direction they go really matters as such. So I'm gonna tilt it up that way, so it gets the air in. It looks like it's a hovercraft now, which is psycho cool. And yeah, you won't need that many engines on your plane. They are very heavy, so you will want to be careful. Also, now look at the fucking, that's obviously all the way over here because half the plane is missing. But you know what, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you that this button is brilliant. Change it to the left side. Mirror location, you want it right in the middle of the plane, so it gets everything on the other side. Yeah, and then click it, and then ta-da! Everything is now in the middle of the plane. But also, my center of mass is, I guess, behind the wings is good? I really have no idea about these things. But the thrust being back there, I know is going to fuck it up really hard. So let's test it. Yeah, see, fuel tanks. You can add more fuel tanks to, you know, compensate for the fact that you haven't put any fuel in these massive things, which I don't know why you wouldn't, because you can. And also, we have VTOL stuff, which, if you know anything about planes, you'll know that these are hover-related things. This part gives you, like, really fine control and balance of your aircraft to keep it upright and level while you're floating straight upwards. And then these give you the sort of... I don't really know. It's like just the thrust. It's just pushing you up. These are like guidance systems of the thrust. But also, you need the engine. You need a Blasto VTOL engine, because that provides lift to these things. I don't think any of the other ones do, however. And then, of course, these are just bladed ones, so that's a normal kind of plane. And this always happens when I make a plane. Happens every time. Every time. Okay, so you guys might be wondering what you do in situations like this. Well, I'm not going to tell you because I actually don't know. I have no idea, quite honestly, how you sort of fix issues like flipping over backwards. So I'm just going to use my logical brain and say that I want all of these things to be in the same place, or at least these two, the red and blue one, the center of mass and the center of lift. I believe, I'm not sure I could be completely backwards with this, all of this, but I think center of thrust is fine to be wherever, as long as it's not too crazy, I think. So I've increased the dead weight on this front piece here to try and make these blue and red ones line up, and I believe they are lined up. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna try and test it again. We'll just go straight into the test here, and I'm gonna ramp it up again and see what the fuck happens. I blame my phone for that. Electrical interference. Don't use your phones on airplanes. Why the fuck are you going straight up? Are you a rocket? You're not a rocket, you're a plane. Where's Tony Stark? I need him. I need his help. Okay, guys, after some extensive sort of vigilant watching of my own videos, I've destroyed my plane already. I've realized by reading things that I didn't even read at the time, as you can see, that this should be pitch. These wings should be pitch, and these, as far as I know, should be roll. And I've been getting that mixed up for ages. I've been confusing which wing should be doing what for ages. And I also forgot to show you guys that you can paint your plane. Now, this paint sort of system, if you like, isn't great. But what you can do is just select one. Let's just, yeah, let's go with custom, because then I can just show you what's happening. Sorry, I just hit the mic. And then what you do is you can change. Right now I am learning more than what I know. So I don't actually that's very loud. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, that's very loud. I'm not gonna drag it. I'm just gonna click it. And yes, it's going to be pink. Right. We're ready to do this. This is gonna work. This time, it's gonna be fine. I'm not very good at accents, but let's try it anyway. So, these are going to lift our airplane up. Also, what I might have learned from observing other planes is that the engines should be central in the plane. Now, I don't know how much that's going to matter right now, because I'm lifting it the wrong way. So what I was telling you before is a load of bullshit now, because I'm pressing S to go up now. Did I click on invert? I don't know. But, oh no! Wait, did I change the... Oh yeah, I did change the roll. Yay! Hey, my plane actually works! Holy shit! Meow, meow, meow. Guys, wait. I forgot to show you. You can press G to get the gear in. That's not what I was going to show you. This really rolls really well. Oh my god, this is a really fucking intense plane. It actually lags my FPS while I do that. Right, so... Plane works. Plane fly. Me happy. Me caveman. So, what else we can do is add gizmos. Now, this game is actually quite intricate. You might not realize that you don't just have to build a plane. You can build a boaty plane. You can build helicopters if you're good with sort of balancing the weight out and stuff. You can put orbit cameras, which I'm sure, as you all being young, know what they are. They just basically record 360 degrees. These detachers, you can attach parts of your plane to them and drop it, and you can detach sort of little planes off a big plane. Say if you made a if you made a helicalories, something about fat. I don't know what I'm talking about. Floating blocks, of course, make you be able to float in the water. I've tried that. Difficult to even get to the fucking water without breaking your plane. I guess you would have to lift off and land in the water. I don't know. Now this is a rotator that I used that to use engines. I put engines on the back of my boat plane and I put rotators on in a really weird way. It took me forever to figure it out. To make the engines dip into the water so they would propel me. It was a sort of propeller engine, but I don't think that really worked, and I never even got that far. Air brake, I guess, self-explanatory. It brakes you faster in the air. So what I wanted to actually put on and show you is you can put weapons on your fucking plane. Now I haven't actually figured out how to use all different things. Like say I'm going to put some missiles somewhere on the plane that'll fit. They have to attach underneath, I guess. So I'm going to put them on the bottom of the engines because that's a really good idea. And I'm not entirely sure how they work. So we're going to try and test it in the game, but I do know how the minigun works. I can get that to work, so we're going to test that.